What's up, YouTube? How do you guys like my 1985 Jersey Shore how you doing hairstyle? I'm just kidding. I was just being playful, and I wanted to change, and my genius self decided, sure, let's try bangs. My bangs start like back here, so I look like a 5-year-old when I have them down. So I've decided to conceal them as best as I can, but as you can tell, they come out. So kind of can't hide them, but whatever. Deal with it. It'll grow out, right? Anyways, I was called to do this video because I actually watched Kat's video earlier. The Sassy Priestess. Check her out. She's amazing. Also check out Ashley, guys. Healing of the Divine Rose. Those are my two top girls, okay? But Kat was talking about, you know, this new moon that we have right now. And so much of what she said made sense. So much of it kind of, it was almost like I was making this puzzle of what it was that I was trying to figure out that was going on with me personally, internally. And it was like everything she said was just another little puzzle piece, just filling it in, and then I finally got the full picture. And so I wanted to make a video and see if, you know, maybe something in my video will help somebody else as well. Something I realized about myself is how out of balance I've really been throughout my life in my different stages. When I was little, I was completely unbiased. I loved everyone. I was such a happy child. I had so much love in my heart for anybody. Like, it literally didn't matter to me what you looked like, where you were from. I mean, I would smile at, you know, hobos on the street. I would smile hello to them, and my mom would like get so mad, like, you know, be careful, da, da, da. But in my heart, like, I knew, I would always just think, well, that's not nice. What if they just wanted someone to say hi to them too, you know? And I've always been that way. But as I got older, I started all this, you know, preconditioned stuff, this programming, as people call it, really affected how I was being as a person. I was no longer being me, full, open, loving, non-judgmental Maria. I was being what I thought the world, I guess, society wanted me to be. I fell into that whole, you know, bossy, sassy pants kind of mentality. And I hurt a lot of people in that period of my life where I was in that phase. I hurt a lot of people. My mother, my sister, my own child. At the time, I only had one kid, and I hurt him a lot with my selfishness. I hurt my ex-husband a lot. Friends, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure I hurt everyone I came into contact with because of how unhealed I was and how trauma-based, basically, every single response I had for anything was. And I didn't even realize that I was doing those things, and I kept having like one bad thing after another happen in my life. Like, little things would build up and then bam, one huge thing. And it was constantly like that. There was never really this like ray of light. It was just always, everything just seemed dark to me. Like, it was like this endless labyrinth of confusion and darkness in my life. And I wasn't happy. I really wasn't. And I was looking for that happiness in all of the wrong places and in all of the wrong ways, okay? But here's the problem with that. When I finally realized what I was doing is also when I walked away from my marriage after 11 years. Because I realized I had completely flip-flopped from being me to everyone. Like, I was giving, constantly just giving, and never really getting the the sincerity and the genuine love. If I get emotional, like, y'all, seriously, bear with me. This is hardcore shit. I haven't finished working through this trauma. Give me a second. I went straight into over-pleasing. And I completely forgot about the girl in the mirror. Okay? And that's the message I wanted to give to everybody today. Be really, really mindful when you are doing your shadow work that you are not going from one end of the spectrum all the way to the other. Guys, oh my God, my darling souls, that is not balance. You cannot go from one end out of whack to another and say, oh, I'm healed. Honey, no, you're not. You're literally just beginning. You're just learning where it is that you really need to start looking at things. And I didn't realize that until recently. I mean, I realized it. It's been 11 years now since I left my ex-husband. The irony of that, I was married for 11 years and it's been 11 years since I left him. Go figure. I'm not a numbers person. I don't know what that means. I just know it's a synchronicity. It has to mean something somewhere to someone. So I went from one extreme to the other and was finding myself completely unfulfilled in everything. Even after I left my ex-husband, I realized that I was still doing the same thing. Every single time I was in a relationship, and this includes friendships and this includes family, I was always the one to say I'm sorry first. I was always the one to try to make the peace, always the one, sending that text to all of my friends. I've always been the one sending the text first. Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, stuff like that. Like, I was always the first one sending this message out to everybody because honestly, I knew what it was like to not have anyone. I've been that housewife, home alone, no fucking friends, no social life. Didn't want to tell anyone in my family because I didn't want them to judge my partner and I didn't want to look like I couldn't handle my own shit. So I kept it all to myself and I was miserable. I was so miserable because not only was I suppressing who I truly am, which is honestly, I'm like a little kid. I love everyone. I love uniqueness. I love people who are just completely different from me. I love seeing all the differences in people, but I also believe in coexisting, accepting people. Just because you don't agree with the things from other people doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means they're on a different part of their journey. Don't freaking judge them. That's one, it's not fair to you. You're hurting yourself by judging other people. Hello, karma. Number two, that's not fair to them. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what their suffering looks like. You don't know what their 3 a.m. looks like. Think about that. Don't judge people for anything. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if they love walking around like a bum and don't bathe but maybe once a month. That's not your problem, okay? Know that they are a person. Know they need to heal as well. Know that their journey is different from yours and just let them be who they are and love them unconditionally. That's why we're here, to learn that. Anyways, so back to the story. I was doing the complete opposite and I was constantly giving. And it was the same thing even at work. And I actually went through a situation at work where, because I was afraid of hurting anyone's feelings, I bit my tongue. And I would never speak up about the things, when people were lying about me at work. I wasn't speaking up. It was hurting me. I would literally stay in my room. It was in a medical practice. I would stay in my room with the door closed and I would cry. Like, I would cry until my next client was going to be coming in, and then I'd clean myself up and I'd go on. Because I wanted people, I thought that if I just stayed quiet, that if I was submissive, that they would just naturally come around and see, oh, Maria's not a bad person. She's not in there, in the room with all of us talking trash about everyone in the office. She's genuinely a nice person. That didn't happen, okay? What happened was that the person who was, you know, apparently not liking me for whatever reason it was, just continued to spread that negativity like a plague, okay? And it got to the point where my hours were literally cut in half, and I began to struggle as a single mom with 3 children. I was trying to show my loyalty to the company that I had been with already for 4 years. And I didn't know how to do that because I didn't want to talk trash about somebody else to my boss, even though I knew what was happening. I had literally heard it. I'd stayed after work one day and I was helping the front desk girl. She had like a stack this big of medical charts to put up because our office wasn't digital, okay? And so I went to the back to put these up, you know, alphabetical, the way that they go and all that. And I heard raised voices in the boss's office. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope somebody's not in trouble. And, you know, it's dead quiet in most medical practices in the back areas. So as the voices stayed raised, I was hearing things and I was hearing what was being said. And I was like, please, God, please do not let this be a conversation about me. It was. My boss was being told that I was making fake appointments just so that I could come into work and get my hours and then deleting them when I got there. This person was also telling my boss that I was stealing clients, that I didn't help at all around the office. So many things. And I stayed quiet. And that hurt me so much more in the long run. Okay, I ended up losing that job. But thank God, because it was a blessing in disguise. There was so much negativity there, and that same person put in their notice like the very next week after I was gone. So that just goes to show that that person really didn't care about the company. All they wanted was to cause drama for me and get rid of me, and when they did, that was it. They moved on about their business, and who knows where they are now. But, you know, had I just spoken up, instead of trying to please everyone, instead of trying to be nice, instead of trying to stay quiet, had I spoken my truth, maybe that wouldn't have happened. Maybe things would have turned out differently. Maybe I would still have that job. Who knows? But it didn't happen. Do you know what it did? It caused a really, really big tower moment for me that taught me some really hard lessons and put me on a path where I started realizing I needed balance. I needed to somehow figure out, and this has been like 4 years, you guys, almost 4 years already now. I needed to find that balance between who I am and what I will tolerate from people around me. That includes my kids, random strangers on the street, coworkers, whatever it may be. That includes everybody, okay? And I found that the best way is when you start healing yourself, when you start healing your heart, you just gain so much more clarity and peace inside of you. Internal peace. Do you have any idea how beautiful that feels? Let me tell you, as hard as the shadow work is, as painful as it is, I mean, you literally saw me just cry a minute ago. I'm still not fully healed, right? None of us are. We're still works in progress. But the feeling of that inner peace of knowing that you're working on these things and knowing that other people's actions, it's not about you. It's a direct reflection of shit going on inside of them and their heads, their traumas, their bricks, if you will, their little walls that they've built to hold themselves back in whatever shape or form. But once you realize that, it's just so different. People will come at you and you handle that completely calm. And I'm not going to say you won't ever get agitated, because I still do at times, but it is so much easier to reel myself back in and say, hold up, Maria, take a deep breath. What the heck is really going on right now? Why are they reacting this way? You know, what did you say? What did you do? What could they possibly, you know, be thinking? And usually the best thing is I'll sit there and I'll say, I'm sorry. Wait, why are you reacting this way? Why are you saying this? And I'll ask for an explanation. And I will apologize first. I'll be like, I'm sorry. What have I done to, piss you off or set you off or whatever? Or have you ignoring me, this, that, whatever the situation may be, however it resonates for you. But I'll ask them, and usually the situation de-escalates so quick. It's just insane. People just want to be heard. Don't you want to be heard? Truly heard. Your concerns, your fears, your hopes, your dreams. That is all any of us want. We want to be truly heard. And the only way that we can do that for ourselves and for other people is by healing ourselves. Okay? By having that faith that everything that happens to you isn't to punish you. It is to teach you what you need to learn so that you can heal and also help heal other people. Because it's not just about you. And it's not just about me. And it's not just about this guy or that chick. It's honestly, it's not about anybody. It's about all of us. All of us literally being good. Y'all, my hair looks so crazy. I can't take these bangs. I'm so sorry if I keep messing with them. But it's about us coming together unconditionally, loving each other despite our differences. But at the same time, not tolerating the shit that we don't need to tolerate from people, because I am sorry, it is not all love and light and peace and rainbows, honey. It is not. Evil is real. Evil does exist, okay? And the sooner you can accept that, the sooner you'll realize that it's never just going to be a dream come true to live your life. It's not. I'm sorry. Okay? You're going to always have some new challenge to face. Something is always going to come up because there's a battle going on. I mean, if you believe in, honestly, any religion that you may have been born into, because let's face it, most of us who are part of the spiritual community, we are all born into all sorts of different types of religions from around the world, and we end up following a completely different path because that's what spirituality is about. It's finding our way back to self, or should I say, let me reword that. It's finding our way to God, source, okay, the divine, through ourselves, through our self-healing, through our self-exploration, okay? Through all of our experiences, everything that makes us who we are is all part of our journey. And I've always said this, follow your heart. Follow your heart. And when I was little, I never understood it. I always just thought, oh, because love is great, da-da-da-da-da, follow your heart, yay. Now I realize it's deeper than that. Follow your heart because your heart is the compass to your soul's map. Okay? Your heart is the compass to your soul's map. It is how you find your way home. Every time you follow your heart, you will not have those regrets. Yes, you will still have lessons learned, but you will be able to look back at things in a much different light. Everything becomes a lesson. Everything has a purpose. Because you are following that map. Okay? So keep that in mind. That balance isn't easy to find. It's not easy to hold on to once you have it either. Kat was talking about what are you afraid of, and she was using the Star Tarot or something like that. I suck at tarot. She's freaking amazing at it, so I love watching her and Ashley with tarot, because y'all, seriously, I don't know if I'll ever be able to pull cards for you guys using just tarot. I'm gonna work on it though. I promise. I'll do my best. But oracle cards are where it's at for me. But anyway, she pulled this card. I don't remember which one it was, but it had these two like beams of light that you could just see. It's what stood out the most in the card. And then there was another card that she had pulled that it was like this box. I think it was like four of swords. Was it Four of Swords? I think, but I'm not sure. Please don't quote me. Go watch her latest video. It's on there. But it was like in a box, right? And there were these swords. And at one point she said, what is it you're afraid of? And she looked at you like, what, are you afraid of showing your light, of you know, being yourself? Dude, that hit home so freaking hard, because that's what I've struggled with like my whole life after childhood, because it was beat into me as a little child. Like, I'm literally talking about before the age of 12, that it was not okay to be me. It's not. It really is. It is okay to be you. It's the only thing you should ever be. And anyone who doesn't like it, bye. Okay? But she was saying, she said, are you afraid of, you know, showing your light? And then she's like, because you've put yourself in a box. That's what she said. And I was like, oh my God. And it just hit me. Like, those were the last two pieces. It hit me right there. I was still so unbalanced. I was sitting there, because if you guys follow the twin flame stuff at all, then you know that it's about a journey where it's still a journey about coming back to self. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to for all of us anyways. My worry was that if I went out and started dating, even though I'm in separation right now from my divine masculine, I was afraid that if I went out and started dating, that it would be like cheating. Like, you know, spiritually or emotionally cheating on someone who's not even giving me the time of day. Someone who doesn't call, someone who doesn't text, someone who doesn't email, like literally any way, shape, or form you can think of communication, dead. Nothing there. Stalemate. And I was just sitting there, basically twiddling my thumbs, like, well, I'll just stay home, I'll just stay loyal, I'll just this, I'll just that, you know, love and light, blah, 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 blah. And I was so fucking miserable again. I was miserable again. And when, you know, I started thinking about it, I was like, I couldn't fully piece it together. I knew I needed to break from that. I needed to find a way to let that connection go and put it in God's hands and just call it a day. But I didn't know how to do that. And I kept trying to put the pieces together, and it's just like, it's almost like when you're watching a little kid who still hasn't learned, you know, their shapes and things like that, and they're trying to put like the rectangle into the square hole because they know it's a similar shape, but like it's not going to fit there, right? But they're still trying it anyways. That's what it felt like I was doing. It felt like I had these pieces in front of me and I was putting them all together, but they just weren't fitting, and it was because I was still missing something. And it's what Kat said. I've been afraid to show my light. I've been afraid to be me. I've been afraid of talking about oracle cards. I've been afraid of talking about spirit. I've been afraid about talking about visions, about lucid dreaming, afraid about talking about hearing things, feeling other people's emotions. I've been afraid for years about talking about any of those things because of how chastised I had been in the past for, you know, expressing that part of me. And this was from when I was a little kid. And even through my teenage years there as well. And it just finally clicked and made sense. And all I could think was, how many other people are out there right now lost on this same path, trying to figure this out, trying to figure out how do I let go when all you need to do is just be you. Like really, really, truly you, who you are at your core. And when you do that, nothing else matters. Because if you're following your heart, the opinions of others, they're just going to slide right past you. Like water on a duck's back. Slides right off, right? So don't worry about those people. Don't worry about anyone who's cruel to you, anyone who ignores you. Let me tell you something. Anyone that you have opened your heart up to, and they do not open their heart back up to you, or they're just breadcrumbing you, stringing you along, just giving you just barely enough every here and every there, every now and then, just so that you don't fully let go, you need to cut them off. And I know that hurts. God knows I know that hurts. Trust me. I've been there many times over. But you are hurting yourself more in the process. You are slowing down your growth, if not completely stalling it altogether. Okay? You don't want to be there. That's not a good place. It feels awful. It's like you know who you are, but you're afraid to be that because you're afraid of what people will say, or because you're worried about who you'll lose in the process. Like who's going to turn away from me? Who's going to tell me I'm crazy, or who's going to, whatever it may be. I'm trying to think of different things, but honestly, there's so many different things that could happen by expressing who we truly are. But I want you to do one thing for me, okay? Whatever it is you feel passionate about that you're afraid to speak on, go on Instagram or go on TikTok or even just on the internet, period, okay? And I want you to go and I want you to look up that hashtag, okay? Look up, honestly, if you feel called to the shamanic arts, look up shamanism, okay? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but shaman. Look that up. If you're called to, if your curiosity is piqued by starseeds, research that. There's so much information out there now. Granted, be careful when you're researching these things because we live in the age of information, but it's highly, highly, highly polluted, okay? Very corrupt, just like everything else. That's why I said you got to follow your heart. You've got to put in the work. There's no way to do this without putting in the work. And I know that for some people, that's just like, I don't have the strength. I can't do this anymore. I'm seeing 9 and 10 of swords. I don't know why. And 8 of swords, which is self-imposed prison of the mind. Like you're literally holding yourself back from everything that you need and want. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say who are around you now. Remember this. If you are on this path of coming back to self, to your true self, to who you truly are, to truly expressing yourself and being you to everyone in the world, please understand your life currently. I don't know how to say this without hurting feelings. The life you're living right now is an illusion. It is a life created by you not living in your truth. It's a life created by you pretending in whatever ways you have been pretending, in biting your tongue, in hiding certain aspects of yourself. Take the mask off. Okay? Release yourself. Set yourself free. Do you not deserve that? Do you not love yourself? Don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to live the life of your dreams? Do you know what that means? Living the life of your dreams means living a life that is true to your soul, true to who you are in your heart. It doesn't mean having a private jet and all this other stuff. Yeah, for some of us it does, and that's awesome. Good on you. I don't want that kind of stress, to be honest. I don't want all that maintenance and shit. But for whoever that's for, then guess what, honey? That is for you. But if you're not fully living true to yourself, everything around you is going to reflect that back at you. Okay? Everyone around us is a mirror to who we are, to what we still need to learn so that we can grow. So don't be afraid of people falling away. Don't be afraid of losing people or of losing, honestly, don't be afraid of losing anything. I've done so much purging since I started all of this. Everything from like material possessions to relationships in life. But I'm so much happier, you know? I have such a positive outlook on so many different things now because I'm not letting that mess overwhelm me and take over. Like, it's there. If something comes up, I see it, I acknowledge it, I work through it, but I'm not going to let it, excuse me, I'm not going to let it sit there and live rent-free in my heart and in my mind. Not going to happen. I spent enough time in my life already doing that, and I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way, okay? So if that is the case, then you know what you need to do. It should be fairly simple. One little change, one little thing. Just take that leap of faith. I talked about this in one of my other videos. I'm taking that first step, that leap of faith in darkness. Because it's like, I heard this in another video. Can't remember who said it. I think it was Minnow Pond Tarot. But he was talking about the hermit's lamp doesn't light up everything. It lights just enough so that you can see the next step. And then the next step. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh my God, Cat had turtles too. And every time I see turtles, I think about the rabbit and the turtle, or the turtle and the hare, sorry. Slow and steady wins the race. Like, he didn't give up, you know, the turtle just kept going. The turtle didn't quit. And the turtle won, you guys, because like the turtle wasn't cocky. The turtle was humble. That's really weird. The turtle was humble. The turtle was determined. The turtle had faith that he could do it. And so he kept on. And it didn't matter how long it took the turtle to finish the race. The turtle was going to finish that race regardless. Okay? The icing on the cake was that the turtle won. But the turtle didn't care about that. The turtle was going to finish regardless. Finish your race. Pull your head out of the sand. Give yourself a big old hug. Look yourself in the mirror and say, it's time. I'm going to do this. And then do it. Look, even my music just changed. It got more upbeat now. It's telling you there too. It's time. But I'm telling you, I don't like that one that much. There, that's better. Stop putting yourself on the back burner. Stop dulling your shine for other people, okay? It's not healthy, and you're gonna stay miserable. No matter what, you're gonna stay miserable. Let's get a wisdom card. Like, I'm feeling fear, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Remember, for every door that shuts, another one opens, okay? Don't be afraid of anybody walking out of your life. Don't be afraid of anybody talking trash to you, like, oh, you're a weirdo. Why are you watching tarot or whatever? And don't listen to that. Because honestly, at the end of the day, this isn't their journey. This is yours. Nobody gets to dictate what you do in your life. No. Nip that in the bud right away. And if you hold on to that concept right there and you think about that, it'll make it so much easier for you to just ignore when people start running their mouths. Because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy when people start running their mouths, but you cannot let that stop your growth and your progress. And yeah, it's scary as hell at first, but you know what? It gets easier as you go. It gets so much easier. Okay. So we got card number 8, community. It says hotel. It's weird. It looks like a little house, like a little hut, but it says hotel. And it's a mother giraffe with a baby giraffe. I just got chills. If you are in a loveless marriage or an abusive marriage and you are afraid of leaving because you have a child, take it from a woman who has 3 children and stayed in a loveless marriage. It does not get better. They will not change. It only gets worse. And you will feel more like shit every single day. Okay? You may not have a giant fancy house when you leave with your baby, but you know what you will have? Look at those birds. You will have freedom to fly. And look at that. You will have love. The easiest way for me to ever explain unconditional love to anyone is to explain the love that a child has for their mother. And this could be for a father as well. This could be feminine or masculine, however resonates for you, because let me tell you, I know some really amazing single fathers, okay? One of them, two of them are actually raising daughters by themselves. No, 3 of them. 3 of them raising girls as men. And they're doing an amazing job. All 3 of them. I'm so proud of them, and I tell them this all the time. Because honestly, we don't give our men enough credit. I know everyone's on this whole feminine kick right now, and yes, we do need to make the world a more loving, harmonious place. But please let us not forget the importance of the strength of the masculine. It's what I talked about, remember, from going from one end of unbalance to the other end? No. Come back to center. Okay? Masculine and feminine are both equally beautiful and magnificent and worthy and important. Please don't forget that. Okay? So, masculine or feminine, if this is you and you feel because of whatever codependencies that you won't be able to afford the lifestyle that your child is used to, let me tell you something. The absolute most important thing to a child is to be loved, to be nurtured and protected and guided by their parents. And if that other parent is not helping you to do the same thing, you need to leave. Because not only is that toxicity going to poison you, it's going to hurt that child and it's going to poison them. Do you want that for your baby? I don't think you do. Okay? I know that's a hard message. I'm sending you a huge, huge hug, okay? Be strong. Okay? I know you're already strong because you're going through it. But be brave. Okay? And this is the community card. So that deals with also having help. Yeah, see, because look, there's this one. Is that a parrot? I don't know. It has a weird crest on its head. Would it be called a crest? I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but the top of it is really weird right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I know it's probably a little fuzzy. I'm sorry, but it's a bird right there. And it's like watching over them. And then there's this other one right here. It's like they have this support around them. And there's the 2 birds flying around above them, almost like they're patrolling to make sure nothing's coming up. So you're not going to be alone if you leave. God will provide. That community that you need will be there. Let me see. Eight. Okay. So it says, essential meanings: belonging, being seen and understood by others. Guys, what was I literally talking about? I was saying, don't worry about, losing friends or anything like that, your little group or whatever. Your true soul tribe, as they call it, will totally find you in the most roundabout, strange yet beautiful way, okay? Stay true to you, love yourself, give yourself all of the love, patience, and understanding that you have so freely been giving to other people. You need it. You need it. Fill up your cup, because you cannot give from an empty cup, okay? Like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The oracle message for this card says, this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels, I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, a kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you're part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to say something. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. That could literally mean the spiritual community. You're watching this video for a reason. You were drawn to this video for a reason. You've been drawn to the spiritual community for a reason. I honestly feel that there is more faith in God, Source, the divine, in the spiritual community than in many of the churches that I have been to in my life. And that's sad. It makes me very sad. It should not be that way. So just being a part of this video, let me finish this thought. Just being a part of this video, watching it, liking, commenting, watching other videos, replying to other people's comments. I do it all the time. Seriously, I do. I don't bite my tongue anymore. If I feel like I need to say something, I have promised myself that I will say it in the most loving way I possibly can. Sometimes I come across as too ooey gooey and sweet, and I think some people are just kind of like, it's just a little weirdo. I don't care. Staying true to me. Okay, the relationship message. You're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. What did I say about the giraffe with the baby? It says hotel. That's not a home, okay? That's a hotel. It's literally an in-between from what was to what will be. It's not permanent. It's a hotel. You don't live there. You don't stay there forever. So if you're staying with family because you've left them, or you're going to leave them and the only place you have to go is to stay with family, it's not permanent. Be gentle with yourself, okay? Understand that it's not going to be easy. I didn't go to college. I married at 18, left him at 29, didn't go to college, got pregnant right away, had my first kid at 19, okay? I had no career. I had no idea how I was going to take care of 3 children, one who was only 16 months old at the time. No, I take that back. He was 2. He had just turned 2. Okay? I didn't know I was going to do it. And I had an amazing sister who, despite as much as I think she hates me sometimes, she's let me stay in a house that she owns, her and her husband. And that's how I've been able to provide stability for my children. I will never be able to repay them for all the help they've given me, but I can and will forever love them unconditionally for everything. Okay? You're not going to be on your own on this. Whatever your change is going to be, I told you, don't be afraid if the people are going to fall away, okay? You're going to have new people coming into your life that are going to fill those voids that were there before. Because you have people, but those voids are still there. They're not being filled. You are not satisfied in your situation. At your core, emotionally and spiritually, you are not satisfied. Once you start living in your truth, all of that will fall into place. The right people will come around and they will stay. And they will love you for you, no matter what. And you will love them for them, no matter what. Your new friends may be the complete opposite of any type of friend you've ever had in your life. You don't know that. Don't judge, though. Okay? Keep an open mind. Okay. There are times when you follow the other and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So if you've started a new relationship with somebody and you're worried, don't be. That person's going to grow with you. Be honest. Be honest. Let them be honest and don't judge them when they're being honest. Also, if someone comes back from your past, honestly don't know why the heck I'm getting this, but if somebody comes back from your past, please hear them out. Please hear them out, okay? No matter how awful what they did to you was, hear them out. Listen to what they have to say. For someone out there, someone coming back is genuinely sincere and genuinely hurt and afraid, but wanting peace and truth. So keep that in mind. The prosperity message says, whenever you're in a community or of like-minded others, there's a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute rather than what can I get from this? Goes back to what I said about being in the me mentality and then being in the give. This right here is literally reminding you that even when it comes to business, literally everything in life is a balance between give and take, and you need to find that balance. It says, figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it's a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There's also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. Choose your role. Not everyone wants to be a leader, okay? And if it doesn't matter, I'm sorry, honestly, it doesn't matter how good you are at it. If it does not put you in a state of mind of being at peace with yourself, if it causes any sort of, as Ashley says, any sort of static, don't do it. Okay? because you're messing with your true self at that point, with what truly makes you happy. You don't want to do that. I don't care how good you are at whatever it may be. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You're just going to continue to be miserable, and you're going to get even more miserable. And it's just going to build and build and build and build and build. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. Oh, no. All right. There's also a protection message. It says, beware of What have I been saying since the moment I hit record? Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light, or how do you dim your light or change yourself so that others will accept you in the group? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is a time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall, be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high of a cost. Can't fucking make this up. Sorry for the language, not sorry, it's who the fuck I am, okay? This card, literally everything that I said, this 51 and almost 52 minutes now, everything that I said is on this card. Everything. I didn't even need a card to say this message. Literally said a prayer before I started, and yes, talking about prayer, talking about God is one of those things I was afraid of because so many people are so anti-God now. I'm sorry. There is God. God is real. Source is real. The divine is real. Whatever name you choose to give it is up to you. My name is God. That's the name I give. God. I pray to God. You can pray to whoever the hell you want. I don't care what name it is for you. If it feels true and pure in your heart, that's what's right for you. I'm not going to judge you, but don't judge me either. Okay? Because this is true to who I am. I prayed before I came on because I've been blocked. Since my last video, I have been blocked, which is why I haven't posted again. And I couldn't understand it. And I kept praying and praying and praying. I kept grabbing different decks and shuffle. Nothing. No matter how sloppily I shuffled, not one single card flipped or popped out or stood out. Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay? So I was questioning it. Is this shit even real? Do I even know what the hell I'm doing? Am I on the right path? What the hell am I thinking? Is this blasphemous? Am I going to hell for this? Watched Kat's video. Watched Ashley's video before that one because I watched Ashley's, I think it was last night that I watched it. And I went to bed happy. So watch them both, please. Healing of the Divine Rose is Ashley, okay? And then the Sassy Priestess is Kat. Both of them had stuff that filled in those little gaps that kind of cracked me open a little bit more to actually hearing what I needed to hear. Do you know that my mother would probably disown me for this? Do you know the shit my sister would probably say to me about this? Oh, you're stupid. That's stupid. What the hell are you doing? Oh, you're on one of those woo-woo paths now. You're one of those people. Yes, I am one of those people. I am divinely guided and I have no shame in it. Joan of Arc said that she didn't think. Ashley told me this. That Joan of Arc said God thinks for her. She just does as she's told. When I sat here and I said a prayer, almost in tears. I prayed to God, and do you know who else I prayed to? I prayed to the Divine Mother. Because one of my theories that I believe, if there is a Heavenly Father, which we're all told in the Catholic religion, Christianity, if there's a Heavenly Father, well, it takes a father and a mother to make a baby, right? So if there's a Heavenly Father, why the fuck would there not be a Heavenly Mother? There, I said it. I've been fucking dying to say that for God knows how long. So I even said a prayer to the Divine Mother. I said, please, if you are real, please guide me. Please open me up. Please make everything that I say come from a place of love and compassion and understanding so that people can understand it. And when I prayed to God first, I said, please, God, please guide my hand. Please allow me to say the messages that people need to hear. Please let them ring true to me and to anyone that needs to hear them. Please remove my ego and my personality from the messages. Let it come through as it needs to heal people. 55:22 when I looked up. I don't know what that means, but you know, hey, it's a thing, right? I just got chills all over my entire body. You guys literally just witnessed me breaking free from chains that I had and speaking my truth. I have not said that out loud to anyone but my children. Yeah. I've said it to one of my girlfriends. I said it to D. I think I told D. Yeah, did I tell D? I think I did. Yeah. Because, you know, she's all up in the spiritual shit with me, too. I do readings for her. I love her. Let me get back to this. I'm sorry. But everything that I said, you guys, I was so afraid. And then in watching their videos, because let's face it, you watch videos of people and you learn their personality, you know, they don't see you, but you see them. So yeah, we kind of grow this like this attachment, like, oh, I feel like I know you. And so when you have that built up and you watch a video and they're talking about something and it resonates with you, it's almost like it resonates on an even deeper level because you have this trust with them. Like Ashley is coaching me for my business. She's my business coach. She does coaching. Go check her out. Healing of the Divine Rose. Not even fucking kidding you. I've only had my intro session with her. My first, I guess, real session is Thursday. And now that I like know her, I guess, on a somewhat personal level, I literally feel her messages are hitting even harder. And so are Kat's, even though I still don't know her. Their messages are hitting even harder now. Energy is real, you guys. Energy is real. This is our fleshy, squishy little meat suit, okay? Like organic mech suits, if you will. If you're a gamer, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you're a sci-fi junkie like me. This isn't who we are. We are a soul having a human... Well, I can't even say that because God created humans. We are humans. But what a human is we are a soul. We are an energetic being. We are spirit. Okay? This is not what we truly are. This is what we were put into to have this experience here. Okay? Stop letting all this outside crap control you. I was blocked and I needed to get messages out. I kept feeling it. I felt it in my heart and in the pit of my stomach. Guys, like my stomach has been just churning and churning and churning away. I haven't even been hungry. I've been eating like once a day, every single day because I don't get hungry. But then when I do, I'm hungry enough to where like I eat a nice healthy meal and I'm good. And I'm good. Some people will say, oh, that's crazy. You're starving yourself. No. Most people are overeating. Cut that shit out. Eat when you're actually hungry. Don't just stuff your face to stuff it. And I drink water like crazy. Like this isn't even soda. This is lemonade that my daughter brought me from Chick-fil-A. So it's not even soda. It's because the lemonade helps my throat, which has been kind of scratchy. Probably because I haven't been speaking my truth. Throat chakra. Anyone? Blocked as shit. Guess what? Not blocked anymore. Now I'm running my mouth. Anyways, the next card, the one at the bottom, the Fates. Number 17 breaks down to an 8, number of infinity. If you turn it sideways, the 8's an infinity symbol. I don't know what else 8 stands for. Oh my gosh, guys, number 8, 17 breaks down to an 8. 2 8s. Synchronicities. Number 17, she's loving herself, guys. She's this adorable little fairy or pixie, whatever she is. She is just so happy. She's got stars all over her. And she is just giving herself the biggest... What did I say? I said, give yourself a hug. Pull your head out of the sand. Give yourself a big hug. And then go look at yourself in the mirror. You've got this. Whatever your blocks are, whatever you are facing, whatever truth you need to speak, you are going to feel so much lighter. She has wings. She can fly. You're going to feel so much lighter once you speak your truth. Please, please, please do not let anyone be the thief of your joy. Please don't do that. Stay true to yourself. Let's see what this card says. Okay. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The oracle message says, the Serenity Prayer. You guys, I literally just went on this rant about God, right? The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. Other people, their reactions, their bullshit. They're trying to tear you down because they're unhealed and they're projecting onto you. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Okay? For the relationship message, it says, other people are who they are. You can't change them. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because, guys, I doubted myself. I was doubting all of this, thinking that I was going crazy, thinking that I was a blasphemer, thinking I was going to hell. You have no idea the torment I was putting myself through for following my heart, for following my calling from God, because I truly believe that in my heart, when you feel that almost like that feeling of, it just feels light. It's the only way I can explain it. It's this light, free feeling is when you know you are on the right path. When you pray and you have faith and you surrender because you have faith. So if you have faith, you have what? You trust. That was in my last video. Go watch it. When you do that, everything falls into place. You can't control other people. You can only control your reactions, and not even reactions, because we don't want to react. We want to respond. We want to pause. Think before you speak. Okay? Treat everyone with kindness. You have no idea what their trauma looks like. None. You have no idea. Because just like you have never truly bared yourself to anyone, they probably haven't either. They're probably just as terrified as you are. Be that safe haven for people you meet. That's what I want to do. That's who I want to be. I want to be the person that my friends and family know that they can come to, who will never judge them, who will truly listen to them, and all of their responses that they're going to get are going to be coming from a place of love. That's who I want to be. That's unconditional love. That's what we need to strive for. I'm again getting that message. Where was it from? Someone coming back from the past from the other card? They're terrified. They're so unsure. Literally, I'm thinking shitting your pants. That's what's coming up. Shitting your pants. They're shitting their pants. That's how scared they are. Whoever that applies to, please be gentle with them. Their trauma goes a lot deeper than you know. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. It's not comfortable. I can tell you that much. All right. Where was I? This is the time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship to avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. What did I say? What did I say with this other card? About that being a hotel and the parent with the baby here. That in between, that fear of, well, what am I going to do? Well, what's going to happen if I do this? You got to understand, when you are holding on to someone and you're not being true to yourself and being your true self with people, those relationships are not real. Sorry, not sorry. They're not. You're being fake. You're not telling your truth. They're probably doing the same thing. Let them go. Whoever it is, friend, family, lover, whatever. If you're not being true to yourself and you know for a fact that every time you have shown parts of your true self and it has not gone over well, then guess what? It's not a real connection. Let it go. You're hurting yourself more and you're keeping that person from finding their true happiness. And guess what that does? It adds karma to you, and not the kind of karma you want. I'm not talking about tower that leads to beautiful surprises. No, I'm talking about tower that leads to holy shit, what happened? I don't know about you, but I don't want that kind of tower in my life. I've had enough of those. You know who you are. Let's see. Love unconditionally. For each of us is in our own journey. What did I say? And we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it, just like they are. You're not the only one learning lessons from the ending of a relationship. And when I say relationship, I mean connection, period. It could be a friend, family member, lover, whatever. Take it however it resonates for you. You know who it is in your life that is not an authentic connection. And let's just face it, for some of us, that's everyone. I've been there. I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, as they say. You don't want to be there, guys. It's a really bad place. Not even kidding you. Like, I've been there. I've done some stupid stuff in my days. Like, I've hurt people. I have hurt people. Do you have any idea how much that hurts me? I'm not going to cry, so I'm going to stop talking about it. But you don't want to hurt people. When you've had pain inflicted on you and you know what it feels like, do you really want to inflict that onto another being? Don't cause pain to others because you can't be true to yourself. That's not fair to them, and it's not fair to you. Because once you finally do heal, you're going to see everything that you did that hurt that other person or those other people. And you're really going to feel it. And that's not easy. Trust me. Prosperity message. And then we'll be done because this is my longest video yet. Holy crap, I'm so sorry, you guys. Prosperity message. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. Again, I'm drawn to the mom and the baby specifically in a hotel. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. This could be a temporary situation. Hotel, temporary situation. Seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces. Okay, now I just got somebody that their person left them with the child. And I've got chills all over my body. You're going to be okay. Let them go. Okay? Whatever karma they've created for themselves from the situation with you and your child or children, that's none of your business. Don't do like I did and sit there waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop to watch your ex get their karma, okay? Because that shit can take forever. You don't know when, how, or whatever. You have no clue how their karma is going to play out. 11101 when I looked up. You have no idea how their karma is going to play out, okay? None. It's not your place to know because you should be working on yourself. But don't worry. They may have put you in a really shitty situation, but you need to have faith and you need to stay strong and be brave. Okay? You're gonna be okay. I promise you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be rough, but you're gonna do it. You know you can do it. You're doubting yourself, but you need to stop. Follow that doubt, that thought of doubting yourself, follow it. Well, why am I doubting myself? Well, because I can't do that. Well, why can't you? Why can't you do that? Why? Ask yourself that. And whatever response you have for that, follow that response. Keep following that shit all the way until you get to the root of it. Only then can you pluck that weed out of your beautiful little garden and be rid of it. What happens with weeds? They spread. They're really hard. If you've ever tended a garden, you know. You get weeds in there, it is not hard to get rid of them. Okay, it takes a lot of work. But you can do it. And then you can protect your garden after that. There's an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. So them leaving you happened for a reason. Know that. It could be a situation you are unprepared for and you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Write it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it. And the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. Told you you're going to be okay. Protection message says, it is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Sorry, guys, my throat is really, really dry. Somebody needs to drink a hell of a lot more water and really speak up. And for some of you, it's the opposite. For some of you, you've been yelling and screaming till you literally talking till you turn blue. And someone's not listening and you're trying to help them. Don't do that. Don't do that either. Please don't do that either. You're giving yourself unnecessary stress. If you tell someone something once and then you feel like you need to tell them again twice, okay. But if you are literally sitting there day in and day out, or whenever it is that you are having contact with this person, if the entire time you are spending it trying to convince them of something for their own good and they just aren't hearing it, cut that cord, honey. Cut that cord because you are causing yourself more stress. If they don't want to listen, they'll have to deal with that in their own way. Let them have their own tower moments. Okay? Send them on their way with love and call it a day. Okay. Fate is a mystery after all, yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. This is about letting go of control. Hang in there, life will only get better. Act as if you believe that the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've literally been there where I felt I was spiraling out of control and the only thing I could control was how I was reacting to things, so I just fucking chose to laugh at everything. My kids thought I was nuts. They really did that. They probably still think I am nuts, but whatever. I love them anyways. But it worked. It helped me get through what I needed to get through, okay? Because it gave me that little breathers. Honestly, have you ever run, like, you know, when I was in high school, I did tennis and JROTC or whatever, and we always had to run a mile every day for freaking tennis after practice. Who does that? And then on Fridays, I also had to run a mile for JROTC. So that was 2 miles every Friday. I'm not a runner, honey. I mean, look at me. Do I look like I run? No. Why? Is someone chasing me? Are there zombies? Lions, tigers, bears? No? Oh my. Okay, then I'm not running. Thank you. Not gonna run. Not a runner. Don't like it. Can't stand it. I feel like I'm gonna die. But my point is, when you're running, sometimes all you need is that little pause, and you sit there with your hands on your knees, and you're like, and you just need that little breather, and then boom, you can keep going, and you finish, right? That's what this is about. This isn't about completely just sitting back and not doing anything. No. Because that's, again, remember we talked about balance. That is another extreme. You need the balance. You need to be centered, okay? Hang in there, life will only get better. Act as if you believe that for the only thing that you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. See, that's literally, I didn't even need to finish reading that because I literally said it already myself. Guys, whatever you need to walk away from, wherever you need to speak up, whatever in yourself you need to accept, please do it. Fear is a liar. Fear ruled my life for so long. It is an awful place to be. Okay? Do not let fear control you. Open up your heart. Don't think that because someone cheated on you and broke your heart and left you, don't think that no one will ever be genuine. Because that's just not true. It's not true. Sometimes people just aren't ready. Like the last relationship I was in, no matter what I tried, no matter how patient and loving I was, and no matter how, I spoke my truth, it wasn't enough. He needed to heal. And I could feel it every time I was having a conversation about something deep with him. There's so much emotional trauma so deeply embedded in him. And I wanted so badly to heal him. But now I know that I can't. I can't. You can't. No one can. Only we can heal what's in our hearts. Because we're the only ones that know our full truth. I said in, I think, my first video or the second one, I don't know. But I talked about how our perspective is very, very unique for each and every single person. Because literally no two people are alike. Not even identical twins. They have very different personalities. So you see the world differently. You process things differently. You feel things differently. But I tried and kept trying, and I would cry so much because when you love someone, all you want to do is love them. You want to be there for them. You want to heal them. You want to show them all of the beauty in the world. You want to give them everything. But you can't do that if they're not ready. You can't do that if they're not healed. And like Ashley says, what is meant for you will never pass you by. Okay? So if you were with someone and for whatever reason you guys split and you still truly love them, I know it's hard, I know it hurts, but you have to keep loving yourself. You have to keep moving forward. If they are meant to come back to you once they are healed, sometimes even in the process of healing, because none of us are fully healed, we're still working on it. Okay? But if they're meant to come back, they will come back. Okay? There's a saying that my mom told me, and it has always stuck in my head throughout my whole life. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never meant to be. I hope this helps. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. It's been almost an hour and a half. I'm so sorry. But I feel at peace, and I hope that this helps someone know that it's gonna be okay. All right? Don't give up. Don't silence your voice. Don't ignore your heart. Okay? It's there for a reason. Okay? All right. See you guys in the next video. Who knows what it'll be about. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves, okay?